They're in a disco. Two guys who are madly in love with each other, and they're both with girls, and they're looking at each other across the room. And the way it comes across is just amazing.
Hello, and welcome to Chaps Out Culture, the companion podcast where I invite my guests to recommend their favourite LGBTQ+ inspired art, music, literature, film, theatre, or TV. Essential queer culture that celebrates who we are. Hello and welcome to Chaps Out Culture, and I'm joined again by Adrian, and he's my guest on Chaps Out, and he's back, and he's going to give me some recommendations of some queer culture that I need to check out. So what have you got, Adrian?
Hi, Grant. First of all, the film I recently watched, and I absolutely fell about laughing. A gay film called Dating Amber. And quick bio of the film is two a teenage boy, teenage girl, both go in Ireland of all places, and it's very in your face, very much okay, who's having sex with who, and it's very much okay, what's going on here, and if you're not dating anybody, then you're gay. So they team up. She's a lesbian, he's gay, and they team up and have this fictional relationship
Yeah.
that kind of works. Um, and the way they perceive the children at that age is it's full on. It's just hysterical the way they do it in the Irish environment. But again, I love it because it shows you the raw situation where you're growing up, you're getting to the point where you think, I'm about to leave school, I need to make choices, and it's you needed to make a decision whether you go down that route and be yourself, or you just become the person that everybody expects you to become.
Mm.
And I think that's a really important message that all of us should understand. But again, it's done this in a light-hearted way, and it's super funny. I
Mm.
thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, when you told me about it, I did look at the trailer, and it's got Sharon Horgan in it, and she's always great. But what's the period? Is it like is it set? It's not set nowadays, is it?
No, it
Is it
isn't.
is it like a Derry
It's
Girls, like a
pretty,
90s or something
yeah,
like that?
something like that. Yes,
Yeah,
it's a yeah, it's true. It's Dublin. Yeah, Dublin's just set outside because
oh, so
he's meant to be going into the army. That's where he's on the barracks. He
right,
lives with his mum and dad. His dad is a uh, quite high up in the military, and he's heading towards going into the guards. And
right.
that's kind of one of the final scenes. But it's like, okay, that's the perception. How do you get out of it? They get together. They have this relationship that everybody thinks they're boyfriend and girlfriend to the point where he thinks he can carry it off.
Mm,
And it's like, no, this isn't happening.
mm, yeah,
You are fooling yourself. You think this is going to continue. But yeah, I guess everybody thinks that they can carry this off. If they start it, and I'm like, okay, I can get away with it. I can do this the rest of my. No,
yeah. You can try and hide who you are or whatever, but the truth will out, sort of thing.
it will indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes.
Brilliant. So
Um,
that's on is that Amazon? I
I
believed it
think
was
so.
an. It said it was an Amazon original. I will have to try and have a look at that.
Yeah, a couple of music that I've been listening to recently.
Oh yeah.
A track from Heated Rivalry. If you
You,
remember, if you anybody's seen Heated Rivalry, that fantastic hockey program from the
you were
US.
the person to introduce me to Heated Rivalry because when we spoke a few weeks ago, I hadn't heard of it, and ever since I spoke to you, every single podcast I've listened to, whatever, was all been going, "Oh, have you heard of this?" And so you were the first person, and it's just sort of the ripple effect, and I think it's very popular with women as well, like
It
straight
is,
women.
yes.
Like I think they like seeing men being tender or
It
affectionate.
yes, the series of books are effectively a gay hockey series written for women. That's
Right.
the book series was written for. And I love the backstory, and just I'll go very quickly the backstory because I
Oh yeah,
absolutely love this program.
sell it to me. Yeah.
Is that that when they were trying to rewrite this for a series, they went to some of the big companies in the North America, and they decided not to go with a bigger organization because they wanted more control over the storyline. They didn't
Mm,
want to water down the books at all, and they went to I think it's a Crush, or it's a Canadian company, small and not massive, and they do programs purely to stream, straight to stream. And once it was completed in about 36 weeks, or 30, yeah, 36 weeks, very, very short, and they didn't expect how well it went.
mm,
If you saw, if you see behind the scenes as the way it's videoed and shown, you see very, very few people actually on set. The way it's
mm,
shot is very focused on individuals because
mm,
the budget's so low.
mm.
About to show it in North America, in Canada, and HBO picked it up. As soon as HBO picked it up, it went massive, absolutely massive, to the point where one of somebody remixed one of the tunes to where they're in a disco,
Mm.
and the set is two guys who are madly in love with each other, not accepting that, and they're both with girls, and they're looking at each other across the room, and that they slow down a version of all the things she said, and the man speaks it, and the beat and the way it comes across is just amazing. And that was written by this guy called Harrison's, which the Olympic Committee in the US picked up, and they used it for their ice skating as well.
Ah,
They also, the two guys did, they carried the torches in the Olympics.
oh right.
So it really has gone massive. It's been unbelievably popular.
Oh wow.
I guess if you were in the States and you were looking at what's coming up on the schedule
Mm,
and the ice skating, the dance routines and all the ice skating around, they would use that tune.
mm.
To the extent you see a lot of American hockey scenes, every now and again,
Mm.
they would play this tune because it's the one that they link between that series, and they love it because it's bringing in a bigger
Yeah.
audience to ice hockey.
Good timing though, isn't it? What a perfect bit of serendipity just to have, heated rivalry just ready as the Olympics comes along.
Sheer fluke, though, they
Mm.
never expected it to take off like this. Never
Oh,
expected. These guys, before the guy who's the two main actors, they were waiting tables,
wow.
and one had just been fired for spilling, got into an altercation with a customer about wine. So yeah, they went from that to
Wow.
presenting at the Emmys,
Yeah.
and yeah, just phenomenal success. Anyway,
Ah,
that's one of the songs which I love. Good beat, and another one which I got off TikTok. Have you seen the rain by Outliers DJ? And again, that's one of my favorites on my playlist. Good,
is that a
excellent
new
beat.
one? What's that been? Is that been in anything or?
No, it hasn't. It's just something that I think a lot of people are doing remixes either of the 80s or older music,
Mm,
and they just know how to add a beat to an older tune,
mm.
and it just re as with all stories, and old music gets rewritten and represented, and people go, "Oh, I like that." Not because it's the tune, because the old tune is for an older generation, but modernizes it.
Mm.
So yeah, fabulous.
Brilliant. All right, Adrian. Well, thank you very much. That's been smashing talking to you about these
Thank you,
recommendations.
Grant.
Good to see you.